PineAPPLe team, PineAPPLe. Yes. Welcome to PineAPPLe TV. Let's be kind. We're ending the night. This right here is the queen for the win. And it's a question or it's a statement. You know, it's really tough. Just think about it. Just in our lives, we're always going through down times and depressing times, and it just seems like the challenges always keep stacking up and they keep building up, and it doesn't seem like we have any answers, or some of the answers don't get rid of all the stress, and there's always another stress after another stress after another stress, and it doesn't seem like anything's good coming.
Non-stop.
And that's the question. How do you keep the faith? I was just sitting right here talking with Cuckoo Queen, because that's one of the things we always do. We talk in the car.
Yes, we do.
Hence why a majority of the videos are in the Skittle, in the Prius, because we do a lot of talking and discussing just whatever it is that she's got going on in her life. And she was just mentioning, she had a great time with her parents this evening, and just getting to know more about their background, because a lot of kids, they don't get to know exactly who their parents are and what their history is, and she was able to get more insight on them, because it's crazy. We get to know other people, but we don't get to know the people who actually, bore us into this world.
Yes.
So she came down and she came with this saying, like, when things are bad or things get rough, trust the process. She had mentioned to her parents, trust the process. And that's the question I thought of before calling it a night. How do you keep faith when it's shitty? How do you keep faith when it's just hella bad all the time? So take it away, Miss Coco Quinn, since it's your question.
Let's see. Well, an example is leaning on support. And how would I say it? Like, I feel like I have faith that everything's going to be okay, for an example, because every day I just strive to make it a good day for myself. And so when I experience something for myself that's not so bad, then I'm like, things could be okay if I'm feeling like this. So it's through leaning on support, like being around supportive people that you can talk about life, talk about like, just like life, and striving to do my best every single day.
I see. I get that.
Yeah, because when you're experiencing something a little bit good, that creates the possibility that it can get better, because you're having that little moment of good.
Yeah.
Whether it's gratitude or like something small. Like talking to my parents tonight about their family overcomings, It gave me faith. It gave me hope that things can get better with some of my situations that I'm still like struggling with. Yeah.
See, I like it. See, and that's a good approach. It's a good approach to take it. But I'm gonna address the people who have nobody, who have no hope. They have no faith, and you're probably asking yourself, where the fuck do I start?
Yeah.
If you got nothing and you're really, really low on money resources, there's a question you gotta ask yourself. It's what do you got to lose? What do you have to lose? The biggest thing that we have in this country is freedom. And there comes a decision where there are times where when you have nothing, you got to blur the line, with legal and illegal. And to be able to walk hand in hand on both of those sides, it's a difficult one. Because think about it, man. That's the question. If you have nothing and you have no support, because she mentioned, leaning on support. If you have no support, there's one thing that I know. You got to figure out something to feel great about yourself every single day. Because if you don't do something to make you feel like you feel good about yourself, it's going to be damn near impossible, And I don't care if you have to break the law. I don't care if you have to
bend the rules.
Bend the rules. You have to fight. You have to fight. And you have to fight to make yourself proud. Because if you cannot feel good about you, because that's where it starts, it's highly unlikely you're going to go anywhere. Highly unlikely you're going to go anywhere. And to be able to keep the faith, there was something it's a really, really, really difficult one to keep the faith when nothing is going right. And yeah, it's a really, really difficult one.
But I like what you're saying about like what did you say? Something about experiencing something, making yourself feel good, right? Oh, proud of yourself.
Yeah.
Or yeah, you gotta fight. It's almost like you gotta fight now.
No, you need to.
You need to fight.
You can't have faith if you don't feel good about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really hard, And a lot of people, they're gonna go to the word. They're gonna go to a higher power because they lost all control, and we really have no control, besides ourselves. So it's a perfect place to go, because when your mind is playing tricks on you, when your mind is spiraling negatively, and your mind has no faith and no confidence in whatsoever, whatever book or whatever faith that you can believe in, or whatever higher power, that's what you need to grab onto. But it really comes down to, what are you willing to risk? Because if you don't realize that you have control of your life, just yourself, it's going to be very, very difficult. So I know it's not a refined answer, and it's a really, really loaded question, when it comes to how do you keep the faith?
Keep the faith.
And I'll give you 2 steps to how do you keep the faith. 1, you got to make sure you feel good about you. I don't care how you do it. If you have to put other people down, if you have to step on other people to do it, I'm not going to suggest you do it. But if that's what gets you through the shit, if that's what gets you through the day, if that's what gets you more confidence, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do, because nobody else is helping you. And it's a lonely place to be, in a place like that. So if you got to do that, hey, more power to you. Like I mentioned, you got to do it, because you got to survive. Second thing is, after you're fighting to feel good about yourself consistently every single day, it's hope.
Mm-hmm.
However you get to that place, and the only way that I know to have hope is to feel great about me. So it really just comes back to that. People preach about it, self-love. Man, these 5 things: emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. You need to find one of these. One of these 5 is going to make you feel great. Your emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, financial self. One of these is going to make you feel great about you. If you can make money, and make a lot of money to make you feel great about yourself, do it. If you need to depend on others, if you need a strong love in your life to feel good about yourself, do it. If you need to work out every single day to build your confidence, do it. If you need to create whatever, art, music, content, building programs, whatever it is, do it. If you need to lean on the spiritual guidance of whatever higher power that you need to feel great about you, do it. Because it really comes down to something in these 5 to be able to hold hope, to be able to build yourself up. Because when you have no faith and you got nothing, you need to figure out what one thing, grab onto that, and go. That's the only process that I know that works, because it worked for me. I just worked out, and I figured it out. So that's the only advice that I can, or the suggestion that I can give, is figure it out in one of these areas: emotionally, financially, mentally, and spiritually, and physically. Do something great, or do something every single day in one of those areas to make yourself feel good, and then just keep going. That's how you keep the faith. Practice, 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 practice. And with that said, thank you, Miss Quick Queen, for the win. Sorry my answers were a little jumbled up, but that's the best I could do today. That's the best I could do today. So with that said, let's keep going, everyone. Keep hanging in there. It's a tough motherfucking life, I know. But you're still here. You're still here. And that means you still got a shot. You still got a chance. Let's keep going. Let's work for our happiness. Fuck the money. Let's work for our happiness and stay magical. Mwah.
Good
What up,
night.
Lisa?
Good night.